My landlord tried to evict me to turn my apartment into an illegal Airbnb. I used a forgotten municipal law to seize his entire property portfolio. I used to rent a beautiful rent-controlled loft apartment in the historic district of a major city. My rent was incredibly cheap because I signed the lease back in 2016, and by law the landlord could only raise the rent by 2% each year. Enter the new landlord, Arthur. Arthur bought the building last year and immediately tried to force me out so he could renovate the unit and list it on Airbnb for 4 times what I was paying. He sent fake noise complaints, cut off my hot water for days at a time, and eventually served me with an illegal 30-day owner-occupancy eviction notice, claiming his cousin needed to move in. I knew it was a lie, but I didn't fight the eviction. Instead, I quietly moved out, found a better place, and waited. 2 weeks after I left, I checked Airbnb. Sure enough, my exact loft was listed as a luxury industrial oasis for $350 a night. Arthur didn't even bother to change the curtains I left behind. This is where Arthur made his fatal mistake. He thought I was just a helpless tenant. He didn't know I work as a senior researcher for the city's Historical Preservation Society. I began digging into the municipal archives. Our city has incredibly strict, borderline ancient housing laws hidden in the city charter. I discovered that our specific district is designated as a protected historic living zone. Under a forgotten municipal ordinance from 1974, it is highly illegal to operate short-term commercial rentals in these specific buildings without a unanimous variance vote from the local historic board. The penalty for violating this specific code? It wasn't just a standard fine. The law stated that any unregistered commercial revenue generated by a historic property must be paid directly to the city, and the city retains the right to place an immediate unbondable tax lien on the entire deed of the property until the investigation is complete. But I didn't just target my old apartment. I used my work access to look up Arthur's LLC. The idiot had bought 4 other historic buildings in the same district and converted all 12 units into illegal Airbnbs. I compiled a massive 200-page dossier. I included screenshot printouts of every single one of his Airbnb listings, his calendar availability, estimated monthly revenue calculations, tax records, and the explicit municipal codes he was breaking. I bypassed the standard city helpline and dropped the dossier directly onto the desk of the chief housing inspector, whom I knew personally through my job. The city code enforcement team moved like lightning. A week later, Arthur received a massive surprise. The city issued an emergency freeze on his properties. Because he was running an illegal commercial hotel empire in a protected historic zone, the city slapped a $2.1 million statutory fine on his LLC and placed immediate tax liens on all